President Hassan Rouhani has again threatened to close a key passageway for oil trade if the US blocks oil exports. The Strait of Hormuz is the waterway for nearly a third of all oil traded by sea. Rouhani has threatened to close the sea lane several times before, but he is yet to follow up on those threats. The Trump administration restored sanctions on Iran's energy industry to try and pressure Tehran to give up its nuclear and missile tests.
All right, Shalom. First off, give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakar Kadash, the bonus of the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring, and truth and sincerity in the women and children who follow. So as you've seen in that video, Iran's threatening to shut down the Strait of Hormuz one more time. All right, that's a geographical, strategic move that they can play to counteract the U.S. All right, as you said in the video, you know, they're wanting to shut down the Strait of Hormuz as a reaction. It's not, you know, something preemptive that they're doing. They're doing it to counteract the U.S. because the U.S. is putting sanctions on them, and we're going to get into that a little bit later in one of the articles that I have. But you know, they're making it real tough for them. Why? Because they're trying to block them oil sales. All right, the U.S. is trying to block all of Iran's money. All right, basically they're saying we don't need you out here getting no money. But Iran's like, okay, well, if I can't get no money, nobody gets money. All right, we're going to sell our oil and there's nothing that you can do to stop it. And if you do want to stop it, okay, nobody else is getting their oil out here neither. So that's a trump card that they've played many times in the past and they haven't had to use it. But, you know, hey, somebody's going to call somebody's bluff here pretty soon and we're going to see how far it does go. But we're going to get into these articles right here because the articles that I have are related to it. Now, it said that they was trying to shut down Iran's oil sales to, you know, for the reason of the nuclear program. All right, so we know that Trump stopped Iran's nuclear program. Trump broke off from the deal for the nuclear program because he's like, you know, there's really no point to it. They're still trying to weaponize uranium. So why would I fucking agree to this? That makes sense. All right. Now, if this article is true, Iran exposed unexpected secret nuclear sites revealed, sparking World War III fears. If this is true, then Trump actually looks good. Like he, you know, did the right thing. But, you know, he'll never get the credit for it. But if we want to, you know, just back up, you know, all the way to the beginning of things, you know, Iran is a central figure in prophecy. Okay, it's very few prophecies that need to come to pass, and Iran is a central figure in a major one, which we're going to get here in a second. But you know, you had the elites talking of 3 world wars and talking of invading all these different countries, Egypt, okay, and Iraq. Okay, they did the Iraq War with George Bush. Really, you know, back in like the early 90s, they did Operation Desert Storm. That's really when it began. But then, you know, you had the war in Iraq, you know, with fuck, you know, man, I'm sorry, Salakia, y'all, you know, you had the war in Iraq, and then you had the Arab Spring, and now, you know, you had the war in Afghanistan and Pakistan. So they did all these things, okay? They invaded all these different countries. Saddam Hussein, that's what I was thinking for Iraq, goddamn. Saddam Hussein. So you have all these countries that have been invaded, but Iran hasn't been touched. And biblically, and Iran's original name is Persia, which, like I said, we're going to get into that here in a second. But it's a central figure in prophecy. Okay. Now, they haven't invaded Iran yet, and Iran, they really hate those fucking Jew rats over there, those Israelis, and the Israelis know that, and they know that they've been, cooking up this uranium, and they got to do something. Okay, so that's why it says it's sparking World War III fears, because if this is true, and these next two articles that I have, are accurate, then those Israelis are in trouble, because the country of Israel is about the size of New Jersey. Just to to give you some context, Israel is about the size of New Jersey. Russia has one nuke that can blow up something the size of France or Texas. Okay, so just to give you an idea on what a super powerful nuke can do. So you don't think one smaller nuke could blow up New Jersey? If New Jersey can fit in Texas 50, 60, 70 times, I don't know the math, but I'm pretty sure it could fit a whole bunch of times, but that's the fears that they have. So I'm gonna get into this article a little bit. Okay, it says Hossein Abedi, the National Council of Resistance of Iran, has spoken to the Express.co.uk about his group's findings. The revelations are contained within a paper entitled Iran's Nuclear Core, Unexpected Military Sites Vital to the Nuclear Weapons Program. The Iranian regime has been working at 5 sites to enrich uranium with the purpose of developing a nuclear weapon, the Iranian resistance documents claims. Okay, so what they're saying is there's 5 sites that they've been actually weaponizing this uranium to put on a warhead to basically do some damage, which is why, like I said, if this is true, Israel is going to be concerned, and they're going to do a preemptive strike, which is going to cause prophecy to come to pass. Okay, and America is going to back them, because they're basically America and the Israelis. They're tied. They're 1-1. Okay, they have a deal. If we go to war, you go to war with us. So now that we have a background on that, let me see. I didn't want to do that. Here we go. It says Iran to increase missile. This is from Israel National News. Speaking of the devil, Iran to increase missile range despite U.S. criticism. All right, and this is from way earlier this year, but it's still pretty relevant. All right, it says senior Iranian military official says the country plans to increase the range of its missiles and ammunition. All right, Iran plans to increase the range of its missiles, a senior military official said Tuesday, according to Reuters. One of our most important programs is increasing the range of missiles and ammunition. The head of the Iranian Air Force, Brigadier General Azizi Najerdezad, according to the semi-official Fars news agency, says we don't see any limitations for ourselves in this field. So no limitations means intercontinental ballistic missiles are not off the table. ICBMs that do what? Carry a nuclear warhead from one end of the earth to the other. So if they have these sites building up the nuclear material to put on these actual missiles, that they're trying to extend further and further and further, then what's that mean? It means they can easily take out Israel. They can easily take out different sites of America around around the world. You know, different bases and different you know the country here as well. So that's why this is actually a big deal. So I'm gonna get the scripture here in a second. Okay, so I just wanted to get this precept first. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 45. It says, "Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord, that he has taken against Babylon." Babylon is known as America, or America is known as Babylon in the scriptures. Okay. Um, it says, "And his purposes, that he has purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them." Okay, so that's the least of the flock is talking about those Israelis, okay, that are inhabiting our land. Those are the people that's going to draw, basically, that's going to make this World War III pop off. All right, because of Israel, and Israel's going to get it, America's going to get it. All right, that's prophecy. All right, so I've already told you the game, you know, how it's going to go currently out here in this world, but you know, spiritually in the scriptures, which matches up with the world and the scriptures match together. So I'm just, you know, connecting the pieces for you. Let me see. So this is Ezekiel 38. It says, "Son of man, set thy face," verse 2, "Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog, and the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against them, and say, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, I am against thee, Gog, and the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal." Now, when it says Gog in the land of Magog, that's talking about Russia. Okay? Old Mother Russia. Alright. It says, "And I will turn thee back, and I will put hooks in thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth." Alright, now when it says, "I will turn thee back and put hooks in their jaws," it's talking about them returning to their old Soviet ways. And if you noticed in the past 10, 15 years or so, mainly like the past 10 years or so, since Vladimir Putin has came on the scene, they've done that. They're not that. Ever since you know, the wall came down, the Berlin Wall came down, and the Soviet Union like dispersed or whatnot, Russia hasn't been the same. But since Putin came along, they've been that dude again, you know, big bad Russia on the block. And everybody is either with Russia or they're afraid of Russia. That's why you have Russia surrounded with those military sites for the US in everybody's country. All right. They're afraid what Russia's going to do. And Russia has the biggest, baddest nukes on the planet. Okay, so that's them getting back to their old Soviet ways. It says, "And all thine army and horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords." All right, now that's what I was talking about. Russia has a big army, has a strong army, a powerful army, and a powerful nuclear weapons program to go with it. Because back in World War II, when the Nazis, their scientists got split up. Okay, once the Nazis went down, all their scientists got split up. Half went to America, and the other half went to Russia. All right, so that's why they had the two biggest nuclear programs, because they had the best scientists. Those the men of teaming. Okay. It says Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia, Libya, all of them with shields and helmets. Gomer and all his bands in the house of Togomar in the north quarters, and all his bands and many people with thee. Okay, so it said Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia, Libya. You know, it basically it's saying all these countries. All right, it says, um, let's see, Libya. Libya was taken down, and they killed. They killed the leader, took him out. Egypt, all these countries were taken out. Like I said before, on the Arab Spring, or you know through some type of war. All these countries have been invaded except for Persia, which is Iran. And this is what it says to them. It says, "Be thou prepared, and prepare thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them." A guard unto them. Okay? So, and you can look this up as fact that Iran and Russia have a relationship. Russia actually gave Iran some of its older missiles. Okay, I believe it's the S-300. But that's why the least of the flock is going to draw them out. Okay, and that's why Israel's going to attack Iran or Persia, and then Russia is going to, as a result, they're going to react to Iran and Iraq, or react to America. And that's going to be the start, or that's going to be, could be the end of the Third World War. You know, I've never claimed to know or to say that I know exactly how it's going to pop off in the order of, when World War III is going to start, but I know this is going to be a catalyst. I know that this is a prophecy that's going to come to pass, and I know that the events that I just foretold you guys, or just told you about in these articles, is helping to pop that off. All right, so with that being said, I want to give all praise that's called law to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the abundance of apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners surrendering in truth and sincerity, and the women and children who follow. Shalom.